Okay,
All right, call to order 9:37 AM on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Roll call.
wait,
Yes,
I'm sorry,
okay.
minute taker, you want me to do that?
Oh, yes, 'cause we don't have.
Oh, you cannot because you're the vice chair.
Oh, that's right. Gary,
I can take sheets.
is that your farewell gift?
Yeah, I guess.
I'll take it for you if you want.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, roll call. Rosa Barroso.
Here,
Gary Cardenas. Maria Paz Sanchez, not here. Lindsay Wallach here. William Perez not here. Ay, Rico. Hector.
Here.
And Alex on his
Here.
last day.
congratulations. Happy
Um,
birthday.
so there's no deferrals, additions or deletions for order of business. I think we just gonna talk about one thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna stick to that, all right? Any public comments? Hello, how are
Hi.
you?
I'm Veronica. I'm a healthy chef and I was at the last lunch of the Chamber of Commerce. And I spoke to the other gentleman, the other veteran. He
Bill?
said,
Will.
Bill?
yes. And I showed some interest about helping and he said that maybe I could come back. So I don't know if you need any volunteers or if there is anything that I could help with.
We're gonna be talking about this event that we're putting together in September, so maybe you would wanna help us in some way once we.
Right, he said that,
coordinate.
yeah, he said that it was a good idea that nutrition goes
Yeah.
well with mental health and maybe we
Perfect.
could link it somehow.
Thank you
She
for,
was,
coming. Appreciate it.
June 29th, we co-hosted an event at Miami College
Oh,
in Miami.
nice. Okay,
She,
Oh, yeah.
she provided the food.
the food, perfect, yes, absolutely, thank you so much. Okay, let's get straight into it, the walkathon. We're set on the date. We're set on the time, we're set on the venue, all those things are confirmed, right? We're all on the same page with that, or any
If you
changes?
were, that was something that was still in the air. and
Yeah.
If it's fine with you all, then yes.
Yes, yeah, that's fine. Yes,
So the park has been secured?
well, now
Well, the
she's gonna,
center,
the center, yeah,
I can't necessarily secure the park yet, but the, yeah, the Mary Collins Center.
Right.
Mhm.
Veterans Park.
So what's the
Yeah.
process of
Park.
securing the park?
Well, this meeting,
Uh,
I mentioned it to staff, but
right,
It's part of the package, is that what, you're thinking it's like completely separate
no,
with county serving?
no, the two shelters, like, can somebody just
Oh.
still rent out that shelter for a birthday party?
pavilion is what you're
The
talking about.
pavilion,
Yeah.
yeah.
You'd probably have to go back and, so now at this point, staff has to go back with Parks and Recreation, that they're the ones that handle facility rentals and see if there's any, if there's already anything that's already been booked.
They probably
To
will.
be honest, yeah,
They're
they book well in advance,
Yeah.
so those are probably taken by now, but we don't know that, we'd have to go back.
It
and
may
confirm
dis,
that.
well,
Oh,
our event may
this-
disrupt their celebration, so they need to be,
Well,
Where?
we can notify them,
Yeah.
but we can't move them if it's already been
I
booked.
don't know,
yeah.
It's
if they
okay to
notify
share
them,
the-
will that cause an issue? Would they, can they say? can they sue the
We'll
county?
talk to, no, we'll talk to the
Okay.
Parks team and they'll handle however they have to handle.
logistics of it.
Because I'm very like empathetic.
Yeah,
Like, it's my first, if it's my son's first birthday party and then all this suicide awareness is around, I'm not gonna be a happy camper, so.
Right, those are things that we need to go back to the team.
I know, but you just dumped it to it in a public park, it sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, based on the contract that they signed.
No, I'm assuming if I go to Tropical Park and I have my hut here and I'm celebrating my child's birthday and he's celebrating whatever random he's
They're
doing,
not renting the park,
I'm
Yeah.
subject to.
They're just renting the pavilion.
right? They're not
Okay.
renting the
I
park.
mean, I know what you mean, it's nice, and I'm sure that, we do whatever we do internally, but
Okay, okay.
I would not like it either, it was my child's birthday, I'm talking about suicide, but I'd be like, hey,
Okay.
You can fly.
I'm just
You can
saying,
Join us.
yeah.
All right,
Okay.
And I think it's, I don't think it's, I mean, obviously, it's not gonna be morbid, but, and
Yeah.
we're gonna have kid-friendly stuff, but.
Right. That was just my only concern.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move forward to vote.
okay, perfect, so. So we'll keep it, so it's September 21st, setup time would be like, what, 7 AM, 6 AM for us to be there to get everything
Start at what
ready
again?
at 8, right? We had mentioned to start at 8 AM and be done by
Would
noon.
sign be like around, or kind of like.
Like 30
check-in
minutes
is
before,
fine?
like a check-in before, so if it started off at 8, maybe like 7:30 check-in, or do we do the check-in at 8 and start the walk at 8:30? Cause it's not gonna be that long, it's not a big space either. What do you guys suggest? And we just get there,
30, no? Like,
Yeah.
Give it a little more.
so we could just put from 8 to 12 to noon, right? That's what we had agreed before. And then we can do check-in time from 8 a.m. to 8:30.
This is for walkers or sponsors and tables and stuff like that?
No, this is for the walkers and all of that. The tables all should come in at least 7:30 to set up and how there's things, right?
Because we have to publicize that, we have to tell them that too.
Yeah, if the people that are gonna be showing up, okay.
So bring the walkers from 9 to 12.
Do we have sponsors?
Well, that's what we're gonna talk, we need to put together the sponsorship package to give it to the sponsors. So I'm gonna make a note about the sponsorship. We're basing it off as an idea about what is it, the Rudolph
Reindeer.
Reindeer Run.
Mm-hmm.
So, tell them to contact that we should probably adjust it to make it seem more realistic with the numbers, because they're very high. Especially since we only have 6 weeks to really promote it, and God knows if we're gonna really get that much public out there. So it would be awful for somebody as like a sponsor come and pay $5,000 and then 2 people show up. We're gonna look kind of stupid.
Yeah.
So reducing it, and I think you were gonna bring us the health, like what they're kind to adjust it.
Yeah,
Or-
so I have some feedback with you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
For those of you who I haven't, met before, my name is Ayo Pastora. I am the committees and special events coordinator for the town. I do work with a couple of the committees, and I am responsible for helping them organize their events.
Awesome.
So I do work very closely with the 5K, with Gary on the Veterans Committee for those events. So I guess I wanted to bring some perspective on the event and kind of the things that we want to make sure you look at to make sure your event is successful. With the 5K, I think it's very important. Unfortunately, my understanding is that you guys don't have any like seed funding for the event. It does sound, personally, I feel like it does sound like a big undertaking of an event, which is 6 weeks out. I think that was kind of the staff concern, like, can we make this event successful in 6 weeks with an event that is not known? And promoting it, right? And the promotion also has to be organic, like we can't just blast out flyers every day only because the event is 6 weeks out. That's
Makes sense.
right, like that's not the way that the algorithm and and our communication strategy is. So something to keep in mind. And also, so similar to the 5K, they don't have seed funding either. However, they had a relationship with one of our community sponsors, which is Headquarter Toyota. And, they had that talk previously with them and said, hey, okay, this is like what we're gonna go forward with. And Headquarter Toyota upfront gave $10,000. And that's kind of like how that
That's a
seed
big
funding
sponsor.
is. That is a very big sponsor. And I think it's okay to do that with one sponsor, but when it comes to really going out there and finding other sponsors that may not know you guys, there has to be an understanding of what we're promising them and making sure we can deliver on those deliverables.
Well, I don't
As a
have an issue
town.
with the sponsorship whatsoever. I
Yeah.
can already bring in a bunch of mental health providers that are for my alliance on another level that I've already spoken to, and their commitment. And these are big organizations like Nationwide, Rogers Behavioral Health, NAMI, like they're all willing to participate in this.
And the turnaround time, we have it.
That's the
But
only
no-
problem is that I am worried. I do see your issue because I don't have that sponsorship package. I have now been able to
Yeah.
confirm with them, right?
Yeah,
So I'm gonna meet with them on Friday. I started the same thing organically, this like alliance. It was 3 of us. There's over 300 providers now that show up on a monthly basis. So the founders there's 7 of them. They're all willing to participate and sponsor and give money down. That's not a problem. But I don't have a package.
right.
And I want to make sure that this whole thing with the park and the date, are you guys gonna change it up
Well,
on
that's
me,
kind
you
of,
know?
I think that kind of goes back to that, like,
Yeah.
we don't even touch the sponsorship package
Yeah.
until we know what an event actually
Correct,
looks like,
yeah.
so that we can manage expectations when
Exactly,
it comes to the sponsors, so.
And I
We're
don't
happy to
mind-
work within whatever you guys are
Yeah,
doing.
and if we
but-
are open to it, maybe we could push it back to October. October's mental World Day or something like that, and we can kind of just make it more, like to give us more time. In terms to be able to work with the whole package and everything like that. That would be the only suggestion, to
touching
push it
on-
back for October or something
Yeah,
like that.
touching on date, and again,
Yeah.
this is completely up to you guys, but, so yes, the concern of the date and the time, of the date,
Mhm.
especially because, so this is something that we try to look out across with other committees, is the dates.
Mhm.
We try to have the committee secure well in advance because other things do happen around the town. I don't know if Gabby had already mentioned, but we do have an event that day, so I
Yeah,
wanna
she
make
did.
sure you guys are aware.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, that limits, no, we have our culinary bike tour that day, that
Oh.
evening.
Yeah,
sorry.
and
And
yeah,
unfortunately, that limits,
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, that
The
limits staff.
Did they-
So I want to be very clear about that because sometimes we rely on volunteers and it is rough when it's volunteers.
Pero es parte, ¿eh?
So to me, the only way to kind of
But I
swap
thought-
it out would do more of a mental health walk overall and not so specific to suicide to kind of relate it on the theme of the month.
Yeah, and that might be more positive, not positive too, but like,
I
if
hear
you've
you.
never done anything, you know what I mean? We're gonna say,
Correct.
let's go straight to suicide. This is my, no, I just think it's a massive disconnect. There's so many
I'm
other,
a very mature person.
me
I
too.
take-
The camera's on.
And that's fine, we're okay
Sorry,
with
suicide.
swapping out, and I completely understand the whole 6 weeks to put on together like a whole thing. Not worried or concerned anything about people wanting to participate, like that is not my, like for vendors, right?
Yeah.
No.
I guess one of the more important, I guess expectations that we
Yeah.
want to manage with the sponsors is kind of how you mentioned the
For people,
attendees. How
exactly,
do we?
the attendees, yeah.
So I would
And it
would
could be
make
more
the
like a
suggestion.
fall, like a fall thing for
Yeah.
family, like a
It
fall
also gives
festival.
you
mental health.
time, it gives you time to
Yeah.
connect with partners,
Yes.
because that's really gonna be, I think, your biggest pull,
Correct.
is connecting
Like, I
with those
need to
partners
go
and having
on
them
paper.
advertise.
Like I need to
it
have
as well.
like that flyer so
It's
that I
not
can
legitimate. There's
specifically
nothing yet.
give it to them and then
Right.
they can do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we can also promote it and then, you know, use all our, everybody here knows a bunch of people and contacts in the town, so.
Yeah, I think you're
use it.
gonna rely, I think word of mouth is gonna be very
1000%.
important for a
Yeah.
very new event.
Correct, and hopefully we'll have like that, a lot of the elderly, because, you know, Gary will go ahead and promote it with the veterans and bring that in
Yeah.
first, those families and friends, until we can maybe next year grow it to something much, much bigger. I don't mind doing that, and pushing the date back to October, that would be fine.
Can we, what's the place here where the kids go, the spot? We don't do anything with them, but can we promote it there? Can we
No,
advertise?
you guys can promote it, I mean,
Anywhere around
I know
town,
that
once we
with like
have-
elderly affairs, we do the flyers, we put them, and that's because obviously they're an older crowd. They
Yeah.
don't rely on social media so much, so we put out flyers out to their community centers.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the town. So
That's
yeah, we can
awesome.
do that. That's not.
Because the spot's ours, right? Like the towns,
Yeah, the youth center part.
the youth
yeah,
center, right,
yeah,
right, right. So we
yeah.
can like maybe we'll talk to them and let them
Any
know.
of
they
the
can come.
parts,
Okay.
yeah, we
Maybe
can
we
do
could do that
flyers.
too, cause we could bring in the family.
I guess some ideas for you guys promotion, obviously social media is one of
Yeah.
them, but we can do flyers around the community
awesome.
centers. And we do have a marquee on Manny Lakes Drive, which I'm sure you guys have seen.
Yeah,
We just have to let police know in advance and we can put that on there as well, so as people
What
are
is that,
driving,
that
they can
sign?
see it.
That thing?
Yeah, the
Oh, that's
electrical
awesome.
sign.
Yeah, that's perfect, I didn't
that's-
look at
yeah.
that, so we could.
Yeah,
also
you can
promote
always,
it.
you can always use that as well.
What about something like October 19th, so it's like mid-month, it's not the Halloween weekend where everybody's gonna be, you know, and it may be, or is there an event that day?
I'm already looking at the calendar.
Okay, good, tell us. So
Mary Collins
Uh-huh.
is
I would do
booked
like
the
mid,
majority of
mid-week.
October because they have their classes and everything,
okay,
and some other events.
but on Saturday, early mornings, all,
And usually the county.
Yeah,
Or
so
early?
Saturday, this is,
Yeah.
Mary Collins, remember that, Staff had also mentioned,
Robert Alonso?
yes,
okay.
So
Are you
that's,
guys
I guess,
close to that?
Plan B,
The
the only thing
only-
is the shade and everything. I mean,
Yeah, but
it'll
it's
be
gonna be fall.
October,
I
yeah.
mean, listen, we
What's
gotta
that?
work with what we got.
I don't know, if we have to work with what he got, and then
Yeah.
Alonso is it.
Cause
So-
nothing for October then, right?
Oh, we mostly have
October,
to
the
find-
fifth,
Okay, but then that's only like 2 weeks more of time.
oh no,
To
but
promote.
just
Oh,
October the fifth, which is the first Saturday,
Uh-huh.
there's a class in the morning.
That is.
And at 2 p.m., there's a
Veterans?
different class,
And
no
Mount-
Mary Collins.
Hmm.
Well, yeah.
Yes, Veterans
Yeah.
Park, very common center. same place.
On the
Well,
12th,
yes.
on the
There's
12th,
thousands
I
in
know
my
the
part.
12th.
I call it
we
my
cross it a different.
Yes,
day.
My
then on the
part.
12th, they also have a
It's called
class
CVS Park.
from 2 to 4, I know it's a little bit after, but
Okay,
just something to keep in mind,
yeah, I don't know if they have the autistic part.
animation.
October
The
fifth
snack.
also
In the
happens to
morning,
be
that's it.
depression.
Um,
11, I
mental health
think.
Depression screening day.
Or the dance class, maybe.
It was it?
The kids, yeah.
It's literally.
That, it might be
it's
eleven.
Depression screening
I
day.
know that they have a thing there
Like,
now.
I'll pay-
You have to go to
Wrong
the
with
school.
it.
Emotions
They
Day.
probably have
Emotions
it.
Day.
Yeah, and
No, I'm just
this is
saying.
the animation class on the calendar,
National Depression
so
Screening.
I bet you two.
Like pizza on
Oh, I would want to do a
And
Halloween
on-
festival, that's all I'm about.
I bought it.
Whatever.
The 19th, they have something from 10 to 11:30.
I'm just not doing it October 26th is my daughter's birthday, hell no, sorry.
No, but hold on, maybe.
October 10th is World
Well,
Mental Health Day.
Correct.
So that's a Thursday.
That's
That's a
Thursday.
I wanna
Thursday.
do that, but that's what I was gonna kind of cope in that, on the 10th is that, so we're gonna do this festival or fair, whatever we wanna walk or whatever you wanna call it because of mental health, you know, in remembrance of that. or-
I would suggest
Awareness.
if possible, just so that we can move forward with it after we leave this meeting.
Yeah.
The reality is that we always have to go back and check with parks and just make
Right.
sure. So I would hate for you guys to give us a date. We go back, it's not available, and now we have to come back to you guys.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Are you guys open to maybe 2 or 3 dates that gives us dates to
I
work
could
with?
do the first 3 Saturdays. I just can't do the last one. It's my daughter's birthday. And I'm out of town.
I can't do the 12th, but if we do it, we do it. I just won't, I mean, I'll stop by for a minute.
So preferably the 5th or the 19th, kind of what you guys
Put
are.
the 12th too, worst case scenario, 5 and 1.
Because that gives us something to
But it's fine. I won't be there.
Well,
Yeah, well,
I mean,
and
okay,
and are
that's
you guys open to both parks or?
it's Halloween.
I am. I mean, I don't have a,
We'll go to.
we'll bring little tents. The shade is fine. I'll bring a
The
fan.
only thing you have to worry about is the soccer. Once they start.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, so we
So
can.
she's gonna
give
look
the-
at
check
everything.
with
She's gonna check
Athletics and
and
programming,
everything.
field, and so are you
That's
guys,
fine.
just so I understand, is it both you guys need both the inside and the outside of both? or-
Ideally, we would want to just to have like that shaded area and like the bathrooms and stuff like that, especially because it gets so hot. Oh, that's right.
And over here, you could just walk in, you don't need the.
We just wanted the inside in case for like, if, because it was gonna be the walk in case they wanted to get air and the, like,
Yeah,
you
It's
know,
a
kind of
lot,
cool
though.
down.
Like, we better
It's
have a
big.
lot of people to fill both. I don't know, that's my.
Well,
I
that's
don't
what
know
I think is
exactly.
we wanted a smaller space, so if, like less people come, it looks like there's more people.
But probably
all-
in Mary Collins, you have 1 and 2, which is the large room, and you have 3 and 4, 4.
I don't, I mean, I'm
So
not
there's
gonna,
a
I don't
space.
care.
And the
So
3,
you guys
it's
don't
hardly
know
I
used.
mean,
what park it is? or which-
I don't personally know.
We can't do the 26th. That's a Halloween weekend, that's probably when the
Yeah,
Halloween thing
so
is.
you're telling me 5th, 12th, or 19th?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, but she had opened up the 26th, but the 26th would be when we have what is it,
The
here on the track or whatever, yes,
Oh, the night,
yes.
Oh, the Hampton.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super fun.
yeah, it's on the
See?
26th.
I'll be at that. So I can't make it to my own event.
Yeah, we bought it.
Okay,
I know.
and then the other thing is, once we confirm the date,
The
we'll
time will
check-
stay the same.
Okay,
Yeah, let's
so
keep the
checking
time.
at 8, you said?
Yeah, 8, check it, like, so we would say that we'll promote it from 8 to noon. So people will get in there from 8 to 8:30. We'll start doing the check-in as they come. And then we start the walk or whatever officially at 9 in the morning, because that always gets people to trickle down an hour realistically.
And that gives, I think the good thing about pushing it as well is that we can go to the Laker and make sure it's publicized in the Laker.
Exactly, that's true. Yeah, for the next, yeah.
And the chamber.
And the chamber, yeah, it'll give us, I completely, I'm 1,000% on board with that, the timing.
Are you guys okay with dressing up like one of the emotions?
I would, I don't mind, let's do it. Look at Hector, he's like, absolutely not.
No,
It's
fun.
Halloween
I
month.
think it would be really, really.
Decked out.
I think if you're able to maybe send me an email with the sponsors that you kind of already have a
Yes.
relationship with, let me know what they feel comfortable, what you know that they would feel comfortable in terms of pricing, and then maybe we can craft it based on that.
What is the health fair pricing? Cause I get it.
Oh,
Either
the
one
health
is ridiculous, a very high price. I 1,000%.
No.
So to get an idea, because like, I know, for example, Rogers has a huge budget,
She
like
does
she
make
can
it
go a little bit higher, but then there's like, my psychiatrist, those are large organizations. But then there's gonna be a couple that are.
That you wanna be able to accommodate. them.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
have my emotion
Yeah,
out
you
yet,
don't wanna
that's
set
for
it
the
up,
Yeah.
right?
And I don't know,
When do you pull up?
like, for example, if we invite Nami would be a great organization. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think they're gonna wanna pay because they're. a
Yeah, they're not
nonprofit.
profit.
So they're not
So you
gonna-
can maybe open it
So
for
with them-
certain nonprofits.
Exactly, like we would definitely need to have
Maybe
Nami
give
there.
them, if they can give an in-kind value, it would be great.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's how I would approach it
Yeah.
with them. With Kate, I'll be like, hey, you guys wanna do that? Because it's so
Yeah,
important
the
for them.
reindeer-
That would also, if they promote it on their website,
Yeah.
it's gonna bring a lot of traction, you know what I mean? So with them, we
That's
would make
really
an
still, we
exception
talked
of
about it
an
last
in-kind
week.
offer, and I'll go directly just to
You
them
have it.
and be like, hey, Kate,
Should
this
have
is
it.
what I would want
Yeah.
to offer. I want you guys there, please, you know. Hopefully they don't have anything else going on the day we choose.
And
But that's the
if you
thing is, I can't get the
want
commitment until we have the event day
Yeah.
and like.
Oh,
the
okay.
price, you
Slash
tell
it.
them, then
Yeah,
they
we'll
can't
slash
go,
everything in half.
go, but then what if I put on a date and now we have, they have that real
Yeah.
thing happening?
No.
When is that? Hold on,
Just
I'll
the
put it
sample,
down.
the reindeer walk, thingy.
Well, I don't have anything about the ring right here.
Cause we passed it around last meeting.
Yeah,
You
but I
keep
don't have
everything,
anything.
Mary.
I think I have it. Well, I have something. I'm not sure if it's that one.
What, I'm sorry?
That one.
The reindeer walk thing.
Yeah.
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 But if you can only get 2, I'll talk to you. If you can only get 2 for 1,000, 2 sponsors for 1,000, but you could get 500 each.
No,
then you got
Yeah.
2,500.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Listen,
Like,
I can bring in.
That's
the
like
20
slashing them in half.
Again, like, that's not an
Out of
issue.
500, yeah.
They're really motivated, especially they all wanna participate. A lot of
We
the
want-
smaller practices like A&P is all about, you know,
Yeah,
she's.
I reached out.
I saw your email,
Quantity.
they wanna sponsor, so I
We
don't
can
think.
sponsor.
We can sponsor, Meraki can sponsor, like, you know, that's not a problem of having all these vendors, it's just, I need the details. To see if they're gonna be able available, because God forbid we do it on a day that where they can't, or maybe they can't send staff or whatever, you know, that's the thing. Does anybody have internet? I don't, for whatever reason.
I do.
Can you go on, can you just look at NAMI and see, they have an event coming up, the Real or something like that. No, I need to go on your Instagram.
Yeah, I don't have.
You don't have
I
Instagram?
mean, I do, I
Facebook.
do, I don't, whatever, I do have it, I'm
It's
just
not
saying.
loading.
The other thing that we would also need to know to promote the event is where the funding will go to.
Yes, exactly, yeah, that's another
So
thing,
there's
which
literally-
organization,
Oh, alright,
yeah,
sunshine.
We
Oh, I
talked
got it
about
here.
that.
Yes. Is that still the same or are there any changes?
that there, I'm not knowledgeable enough, like, so I really don't know
I don't see
On-
why there would be changes to it.
on the meaning.
Well, I think that our question is more, so for example, for the 5K, we kind of push the veterans to make a decision, because they do the same thing where the
Yeah.
funding goes to contribute to like a nonprofit or.
Correct, that's what
something
why
like that.
Will had suggested it,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I guess the question was, you guys have a designated group that you will be giving that funding to, so that, because I think it would be great promotion to add. to
One
it.
Will said
thousand
something-
percent, but Will had said
I
something
think
about
something
the
of the
kids,
Boy Scouts
the
or
Boy
something.
Scouts, something like that to promote all this, but if you guys know of an organization, because.
So you
That's
guys
enough.
haven't really decided yet on the
No,
organization,
everything was-
just that's what you intend to do.
We wanna do that, but we don't know of a local one, like, they don't know about Giving Gators, but everybody gives the
Okay.
Giving Gators, and we want something that's related to mental health. But what, give it to NAMI? But NAMI already gets
I
so much
guess we
funding.
can give you guys ideas, I mean, I guess
Yes.
it's up to you
Yes,
guys,
if you guys give us ideas of local
but it's for you
nonprofits.
guys to discuss and.
He
and decide.
said there was something,
I
I don't know if it wasn't Boy Scouts, I don't know, some branch of
If
the,
they go to the schools or
of
something.
the
they promote
military,
wellness.
yeah.
I
But
don't
he,
know.
it's a thing, he was gonna
I
bring
guess
the
he'll bring
information.
it to the next
Yeah.
meeting, yeah. Okay, I guess that's something
You
for
want,
you
can
guys
I
to
text him
determine.
here on our chat and tell him to email you those? Remember what you said, is that kosher?
Okay, see, the Real Minds is October 20th for NAMI, so for example,
Okay.
that, but it's a Sunday, so it's fine.
Okay.
Because I knew that they were having October event.
I don't know if that's appropriate. Is that a no? You email him. He said like 3 places.
He said it in the meeting.
He said it in the meeting, correct, yes.
And I guess that's another expectation, Madam. I think if we tell a nonprofit, hey, we would like to fund,
That'd be-
it's gonna, I guess that's not gonna be determined until well after the event, because we have to make sure that we break even obviously on any
Yeah.
costs, and then hopefully we have something to give them,
Yeah,
so.
but, I can't.
But we
think
were
of
gonna
any other-
split, we were gonna do percent, so I mean, if we get something, whatever it is.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's obviously after you break even, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
bring whatever costs,
So
so.
the cost was supposed to be low.
Yeah, I just don't know of any organization that I can think of, like whole kind where you, I'm sure you guys
We'll
will-
send you guys ideas, but
Yeah.
again, for you guys to look at, and maybe it gives you time to look at it between now and your next meeting, for
So-
you guys to determine and then have that conversation.
Maybe
with
the schools have something too, like, I
the
don't know.
local schools, yeah, something like that.
them. I mean, I would
promote
encourage you guys
mental
to
health.
look up and tap into your
Yeah.
networks in case you know anybody, but we're happy to send you suggestions as
Yeah.
well, and then you guys decide.
Yeah, that'd be great.
This kind of public schools has.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, something more homegrown, something local,
Like I would
that
love to
was
give
the
it to
point of
like a
this whole
family
thing.
who created a nonprofit or something and they're doing something good for the kids or something.
Oh, we mentioned
Yeah,
the girl of, like Frank is one.
Yeah, but Frank doesn't have a
Either
nonprofit.
they have.
What about Brianna, the one that we were talking about?
It's different.
Let them look and they'll find for us. It's like a lot of brainstorm. So then, after we get all this done. Cause I don't wanna wait now. When is our next meeting? At the end of August, right?
Yeah.
It's been 3 weeks. So by then, we're already gonna be losing another 2 weeks to promote. Are we gonna be able? When you guys
That's, so
come
we'll
back,
go back with the team now, confirm that the dates and locations are available within these dates, and then hopefully that
then
gives
do we
us
have
the
to do
date.
like another special call meeting to vote on the date?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to ask you guys to give us like a range.
Okay, so you'll
So
come
we have
up,
something to
just,
work
it'll be the
So
exact,
we can already go out with.
amazing, with the date,
with the
perfect,
date,
and the
yeah,
time.
And put it in the calendar and
Wonderful.
tell the leaker.
And then now the sponsorship package, can we kind of work around some idea of that?
Oh,
so we
here.
can Get
let
that
me see.
going, and then that way we can have that ready, so when you guys have the date or whatever, we have the sponsor already agreed on, and then that way we can start sending it out to people right away.
So this is the sponsorship package we used for elderly affairs last year
Okay.
on health and wellness.
I like those numbers.
Yeah, they're more
Much
reasonable,
more
So
conservative.
these
More
are,
conservative.
we had just a table,
yeah,
$50, and it was just, we were providing a table and 2 chairs at the end.
amazing,
That's it. And then if you wanted to sponsor, we had 2 levels, bronze and silver, bronze at $250, which obviously table 2 chairs, and we would recognize you in print and media distribution. So if you have a flyer, include the logo, which is no cost to us, and media distribution is no cost to you guys either. However, we did take on a cost of a welcome banner, like that we printed really big, like, I don't know if we did this near a stage or something, and we did print company logo, so that was a cost.
yeah.
That
Um,
cost, take.
Part of the
I
brand?
can look back, no,
Right?
no.
That's a little over 100.
No,
Oh,
I
I
would
was
say
gonna-
maybe at most 3.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's like a small.
Yeah, and that was one banner that we
We
did.
wanted to do that thing if it was gonna be the walk, right?
Yeah.
That,
Oh, the arch, those are very expensive, but you
Well,
can
we
find an
could buy
inflatable one.
Party City and we
And
can,
then
like,
inflatable
something
one.
like that.
You can
Perfect.
find an inflatable one, or maybe find somebody who's willing to in-kind sponsor it or something, yeah.
I'm sure Nami has the one for their walk, but I doubt they're gonna wanna
Oh,
London.
Yeah.
So you got the
But
250
anyways, you can get creative
We'll
and
figure it out.
signage,
Okay.
So you got 250 and 500.
that was 250, sorry, and then the 500 is the same, everything I just mentioned. In addition,
See,
they
that's
would do like
easier.
a raffle card. And the raffle card would incentivize people to go to the booth. So
Mhm.
that was an extra incentive, and we charged 500 for those sponsors that were added to that bingo
I
card.
think that's more realistic for
Um,
sponsors.
So yeah, and obviously not all the sponsorship recognition has to be on branding,
Yeah.
like there is a value to getting people to your table.
Correct.
So, and we can play with those prices. We can add to it as well. I think it's great to add branding if possible,
Yeah.
but obviously it comes at a cost to the committee as well, right? Like the second.
Cause we had thought about, like, since it was gonna be a walk, but like t-shirts to be made with the sponsors
Yeah,
on
so
the
then
back,
you're
so that would
talking
be
about like a
That-
cost.
like a cost, that would
um,
be.
So,
But besides that, what other costs would we have? The flat,
$60 balloon arc kit.
perfect.
I don't know if the balloons are.
I'm not blowing balloons.
Is that right?
yeah, that's a
No,
cost.
Thing.
I
No, but
would-
those are
I
gonna be
would-
put together, I think
that's
we just need one
yeah.
that's like a whole
I mean, if
thing.
you guys want to, that's
No.
fine, but
I
I
have
would
faith in
discourage you
it.
because I think the volunteers sometimes commit to more than what they could actually,
Yeah.
and like the event morning setup
We
will
can
go
buy
by
one that's
fast
like
and
a
then you're
whole
not done
thing.
with anything.
There's one that just comes like a whole piece.
I've been crafty for a week, so maybe, you know.
Yeah, well, let's see in October.
Let's
if
put
it's
it
not-
Do you guys wanna go based off of these prices? Do you wanna up
You
it?
guys
Do
wanna add one
lower
more for
it?
1,000 just in case?
That would
No,
be like a
sure.
title
Like
sponsor.
a title sponsor, just for 1,000, just put it out there, we don't need to get it, we have the other ones
Okay.
that are thing, is that okay?
Yeah,
1, 5, and 2.
Well, from what
Well,
you've heard, with the companies that you've been in contact with,
Yeah.
have they given you?
No.
Hey, well,
No, they won't do that, cause they all gotta go back to their budget people, but they're like, Lindsay, so what is it? And I'm like, I don't know,
Okay.
but like,
they haven't given you a number.
no, they won't give me a number, no.
So maybe
No,
not title
but I think
sponsor, maybe like
250
another level.
Yes,
and I
I
wanna
think
give a
it's
1,000,
reasonable.
he wants to give
Right?
1,000,
Like
we
for a
can
lot of
both
them,
get
just
it.
get
It's
it
all
deal.
right.
From what
50
you're
bucks
talking
to
about,
get
that
us
they
out.
would jump on the 1,000 sponsors.
No, but NAMI, we're not, for NAMI, they're a nonprofit, they're not gonna pay, we would want them to be there, no matter what, so we would do maybe like an in-kind with that.
Oh,
Or, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
What I said is instead of one title sponsor, maybe we have a few, because if I wanna be a 1,000
Alright.
sponsor and he does too, we don't.
so yeah, we just won't call it title sponsor, we'll go up
Yeah.
whatever level.
Yeah,
okay.
Okay, so.
and then what we
One
would
fifty.
include.
One
So you
fifty.
do
250.
also wanna have vendor tables that are just paying you $50 or $100 or
You still wanna
something?
keep the
Or you
vendors
want
for
them to
50?
just be sponsors?
Or 250, 500, and 1,000, or do we keep the 50? I don't know, I don't really know mine.
1,005 and
50
250.
sounds reasonable.
Yeah,
Especially
because then
for
like, they're just
small-
like a small company.
businesses that want to-
It's much more
Okay,
feasible.
and you wanna keep it at 50 or maybe 100? I'm asking you guys.
Okay.
100. Gary's like 100.
Yeah, I think 100.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah,
Goes like-
inflation, guys, that was last year.
Yeah.
I got a lot of experience with the team.
Please put
Keep it-
it-
keep it simple.
Is there a limit to how many tables you want? Yeah, but I guess that's a good question.
You have a table all around the
Outside?
path.
Yeah,
I think we're
because
gonna-
that's what they did for 4th of July, and that's what you guys.
I don't think we're gonna
did.
get that many people, there's always gonna be some
Well,
people that are not gonna show
well,
up.
Okay, but a table's just a pop-up, you just hold it down so it doesn't look
But
bad.
it sounds like if we keep it unlimited, you're gonna get more companies coming in for 50,
Uh-huh.
and then, but then, are we okay with having like tents all around the path?
It didn't look bad for the Fourth of July. when I
No, I've
went.
never, again.
I've
it
never
means
been
that
to
our
an
100,
event, so I
we
really
might
don't know.
Have less. but you guys do
Suggestions?
100.
Do you guys
Does that
do
make
limits
sense?
on
Like,
that?
I would take myself there.
You want 75?
It's the
Huh?
first one. I mean,
Five
I
of
don't
them.
know.
I can even.
No,
I think
okay.
realistically,
I think
it's
50
not big. We're just gonna do
For
a
me,
couple of
personally, I think 50 would be
rounds.
enough.
I think we had spoken like 5K, like if they do a
How many
5K
people
around.
you put around
So-
there, give or take?
Robert
You know,
Alonso, a
people
lot.
just make
Yeah.
little,
Not your limited.
some people don't even really walk, we're just taking pictures
I'm
and
thinking if
eating
it's
and just,
veterans,
you know,
well,
hanging out.
even
And if we
Robert
get like a fun zone for the kids or something,
gonna
like a
be in the
spot,
house.
somebody that wants to come in and bring like a jumping house, I don't know,
Yeah.
something like that.
And
all
that's
we-
another thing I was gonna say,
It looks
you guys
nice.
should probably look at two ideas on to like make it fun to
Correct,
draw people
for the
out.
family, yeah,
Yeah.
we can have like a little
For the
family
4th of
zone.
July,
Yeah.
And then bring in
Yeah. I
face
don't know.
painters or, that
Anything.
I can also
Or any
figure out.
performance
Performance,
or.
yeah.
Which
Depending
you
on
can
the
tap
day,
into local schools so that it's free, I would say.
yeah,
What?
yeah, that's a good idea.
To, draw people in. I think you do have to work on drawing people in regardless of, outside of the walk component, so she was saying like maybe like family activities or anything.
Like you have
Obviously,
a
things
fun
come at
family
a
zone.
cost, so I was thinking maybe performance with the local schools, that's a free
Yeah.
performance.
And we can knock on the door of those schools.
We
as
can,
We are, like
Yeah,
a committee.
yeah.
I mean, we have, yeah, you guys,
Right.
and I would tell you at that point, you probably wanna partner with EAB because they have contacts out to school.
Oh, that's right, forgot about that.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
then-
I would highly encourage you guys to tap into the
Heck,
Yeah,
other
we'll
town
draw the
committees.
resources, yeah,
I'm,
to-
yeah,
to
I'm in
find
the
out
AP at
who
Barbara
people
Golden.
perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And
And
they
once we
have
have it
something, they
formulated,
have
we can-
some.
Yeah,
budget.
invite
Ask
them.
invite everybody, see what we can
They
get them,
have
maybe
something
like,
like
hey,
that.
Yeah.
Mental
this person
health,
can make, if they wanna participate. I think we'll have a good,
Oh,
oh
basis on this.
oh my God, I'm so excited, we have something. I can't wait. So then we'll work on the flyer with our logo and everything really nice. You guys will have that ready with us,
Yes.
figure out what the date, and then once you guys
Yeah.
have that ready, you just send it to
We'll let
us
you
and we
guys know
start
when it
working.
is, yeah.
When's our next meeting? At the end of next month.
28th, yeah.
Wait.
But they're gonna get back to us with the date and all that already put up before then, and we can start, because we know what it is, right? It's based on what is available. I'm excited.
So we don't, so do we have to vote on the dates to provide them?
No, like, because they're gonna come back with the best, we already gave them
Well,
the 3 suggestions, right? And then they're gonna come back with the best option?
Mention.
Should we,
I
should we?
guess you
Yeah.
should make
Put
a
it,
motion.
put it into.
Yeah.
Okay, if you wanna make a motion,
That.
make a motion.
Make a
What are
motion.
the three
The
dates?
town.
The first and
The
12th.
5th, 12th and 19th of October.
I motion to
I'm
provide
making it.
Gabrielle with the 3 possible dates to consider for the town for our walkathon.
Gary,
To
I.
be, October 5th, 12th, and what?
19.
19th,
At either park.
At either
at
part.
either park.
Veterans or.
Either
or-
time. I'll second
All
All
in
in
favor?
From 8 to
Aye.
12, by the way.
Oh,
Aye.
yeah.
it. Addendum, addendum.
It's a long motion.
You love
Try, start from the top.
Again, we didn't catch that.
Not being recorded. Just that.
I,
Okay, very important.
All in
What are
favor?
we? Oh, we did all in favor?
I normally answer.
Nobody answered, okay. What's the name? We have to change the name now, guys, although we had this really nice depressing name, suicide something, but no.
Hold on,
We get to
man.
work.
You don't want us to put this on the record. I did not say it was depressing. I just said if we're gonna start, why are we gonna go out there? There's so much space to do suicide. And
I
then-
love Gary.
No,
Gary goes, mental
don't
health
you-
awareness. Come on, AI, chat, GPT over there.
I'm going.
Come on, come up with something fancy and fun.
So
I-
that is
I-
mental-
we're
mental
glad
health
to
day.
help.
Yeah, but that's a Thursday.
Yeah, we're glad to help you
No, I
guys,
know.
'cause we're not supposed to be using AI for stuff, so.
Oh,
I'm
just
gonna
kidding.
ignore that.
He's not.
Oh, never, it's coming from his mind.
Hector, use your brain.
Huh?
Use your brain, because we're not
We're
supposed to use AI.
Well,
Yeah, you do. I have faith in
Okay.
you.
the world is changing.
Is that the
So-
name of it?
Huh?
He said it.
The world is
You said what?
changing? Oh.
No,
They're
they're
not,
not,
we're
we're
not
not,
supposed
town
to
is
use
not
AI,
to use
so
AI
just use
stuff.
your brain.
I thought that was gonna be the name of the event, the world is changing.
No.
Well, okay, so what are the rules on that?
Government.
Oh,
We
God.
really can't go out with anything
Tell me
like
about
that. That's generated by AI.
Yeah,
Like,
government
we have a
agencies.
strict, yeah.
Government agencies can use
Yeah.
it.
We are getting,
Yeah.
They created.
we got 20 minutes, guys, 19.
Listen,
A name.
it doesn't matter, your brain.
So mental health,
Who
walk,
is to
what do you
say?
say? Gary says mental
Right.
health.
I mean, we can do something like that and then just in, I guess, like, in
Tweak it,
detail,
tweak
talk
it.
about how, well, this is in honor of the fact that World
Raising
Mental Health
awareness
Awareness is on this day.
No, it's, I'll be my surprise, sorry. No,
Like
is this, no, just, I just
Yeah.
like to learn, like, is this a rule, is this a law? Is it a
I
standard?
I just know staff is held to the standard where we cannot go out and use anything AI generated, like everything has to be written.
Might be
Right, written
ethical.
and, image?
Definitely written
Yeah,
in field.
that's pretty much across the board. Because I know some people who work in the Department of Defense and they're not allowed to
Yeah.
touch anything AI related.
With advertisement or?
Anything like work related,
They're working on it.
yeah, they can,
Yeah.
They're working on it.
Like anything, I guess, with our
How
town.
to use it.
anything government related, because at least for the Department of Defense, they don't want any information potentially going into the
Yes, you
network.
should not put soldiers' names into
Yeah,
ChatGPT,
so-
I get that,
Right.
as far as advertising, whatever,
Yeah.
that's a conversation. for
18
another day.
minutes,
Um,
18.
I read you get it.
okay, you said generated by AI, how about ideas and then changing it? No, I'm just curious, like,
I mean, we can't tell you guys what to do on your leisure, like, time.
Yeah.
Um,
Not here.
How?
Not here.
yeah, okay,
I have faith that you will figure something out with your brain.
yeah,
if you want, we
That's
can
called
send you some
copywriter?
ideas.
Let's go.
and then
That's
we have to outsource that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll talk to
Because that's what
Jonathan
we used to
when he's
do.
back
We
in,
used
the
to
creative
outsource
behind that.
Mental health, I just get it. You guys get the gist of what we're trying to accomplish. Perfect. So we got name, we got time, we got dates, we
What's
got
the name?
location.
Wellness.
They're gonna come up with some
Oh,
suggestions.
oh,
and then
Yeah.
Fall
Wellness.
Fall
Do
wellness
you want-
festival, I
I
don't
guess
know.
just we connect with one point person on this, you.
I sure, and I'll share with them, and if that's fine, or Gabrielle, I don't know, however you guys wanna do it.
Sunshine
I don't
law.
care.
I can,
Yeah.
when
Touch.
you're the
Yeah.
main point,
Okay,
we can't really discuss anything.
correct, so I will be, okay.
So if you
But-
want, we'll just send you ideas, you let us know, and then we'll go with that and share the flyer.
Falling for mental wellness.
Play on fall.
I know, no pun intended.
Wellness walk.
Wellness, alright.
Wellness walk.
So we got all that,
Yeah,
okay,
that's a whole-
details
that's a lot.
on anything that we need, like the water bottle that we had talked, anything else that we need to be aware on, like stuff that we wanna have there. Like,
Oh,
we're thinking of like, how do you, for people to feel it's too hot,
Yeah.
and like, that would be out of our budget.
our budget once we have a.
Once we have a sponsor, at least once, I'm sure we'll be gonna at least one
Well,
sponsor,
now
guys.
that you bring that up, we do have an event request form. I don't know if you've used it before.
They have not.
Okay,
Because
No,
we haven't had
we're
events.
I swear I came up with these titles.
we're happy, we're
What
happy
is
to share the event request form for you guys. I would ask you guys to really go into detail and go line by line. It may spark some ideas on things you didn't even realize you needed for the
Okay, and I
event.
think that we could do at the next meeting, realistic, right? Because we'll have
Yeah,
everything
do
else,
that with-
or,
But I would have you guys look at it in advance.
yeah, no, that's fine.
Because that tells us what we need to prepare for you guys, So,
Perfect.
like any tables, any chairs, any podium, whatever, ice, I don't know, things that you may not think of that you're like, okay, if available,
We
please
definitely-
get
yeah.
this ready, so.
Okay.
Can we get that before the meeting? So
Yeah,
we-
I'll send it
yeah,
to you.
okay.
I can print it right now.
Okay.
Oh, great, we can take it.
Yeah, perfect.
And raise your right hand.
Hmm.
Raise your right hand.
What?
Guys, I'm so impressed. We got a couple 15 minutes. Anything else
No.
that we have failed to think about for in the event?
Failure.
Do you guys need volunteers outside of yourselves, like, do you need volunteers
That would
for
be
the
nice.
event?
That would be nice, because I know we're gonna find.
Yeah, but we can talk to the other committees too, like.
Yeah,
necessarily-
but like, I guess my question is, do you want student volunteers, because sometimes they reach out and ask, so
Sure.
we're happy to put it out there. if they
Sure.
want.
That'll be super
Yeah,
sweet.
that would
Okay.
be-
Yeah, giving gators.
I would encourage maybe one of you, if you wanna be tasked with that, thinking of ideas that you're gonna have them do.
Okay,
Maybe to like brief them, and I guess somebody that would be like the captain, I guess, of the
Correct.
volunteers.
Sure, I will originate from my mind instructions for the volunteers.
I told you you could do it.
You clean it up before you begin.
Send it to me, I'll review it in my brain. What if you have neural chip? Would that be a problem? That's on your
I
phone.
don't think they would allow you.
What do you mean? You'll never know.
Yeah,
That was kind of
14 minutes.
early.
14 minutes, we have a countdown.
Anything else?
Giving gators, honor society.
Come on, guys.
You could-
Gary, anything else? Think that you've been putting together events?
The
for
art,
like-
do we have the art?
We'll figure that out. We can, once we get closer, we can either buy one or.
Right now I'm creating.
She said we're gonna
As we
make it.
go, right now, I've been crafting for like a week and a half.
You're gonna have
Maybe
bubbles all over.
somebody has one that can lend it to us. Once we have the date and everything, we can reach out. Yeah,
Remember, we have to use helium. not hot air.
Here's a question for you. So let's say, for example, our guest here wants to provide food as a donation or whatever,
We can honor the.
So if
the
they come
vendor
out
as
with
an
that-
in-kind.
as an in-kind, that's how we
Yeah.
would, okay.
But we would still label it under one of the sponsor levels, right? Because that's still a very.
Depending on the
valuable
value, they would have to give
contribution.
us the value of what
Yeah.
they're gonna get, got it, okay.
Yeah.
So just throwing that out there for you over there.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
For the fun zone, are we gonna have like a bounce house or activities?
That's what we'll come up with, like, to start reaching out to vendors, see.
The
what we can
insurance
get.
do that, they like to do that. Or maybe they wanna do that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a good question, like, that you bring up, sponsors, are you limiting it to sponsors that are related to mental health, or?
no, I don't think so, not for our first roundabout, because we
We
can't
don't
get
even
too
have that
picky.
many. We're like one of the.
I think we'll be open to everything, maybe next year, once it's become
Not
something,
alcohol.
and if it goes well.
Maybe not alcohol.
Why
Well,
not?
well, the town,
Not for everybody.
Yeah,
No,
we
but
should have-
marijuana's legal, like a treatment for.
classified as a depressant.
I-
Yeah. That would really be the only,
Yeah.
as like family friendly as possible.
okay, so the only,
Still
that's the
marijuana.
only,
So no alcohol for sponsors?
Right,
I don't think anybody.
right. I think the last sponsor we need at a mental health walk
So
is
Heineken can
is-
come in and get free
is-
beers?
Absolute
Yeah.
Spirit.
Those are your five like it's like-
You understand that, why?
I will mention on the topic of sponsors, there is a sponsorship ordinance, if you guys wanna get, more informed on what it is, I would suggest you guys look it up, it's on our website.
Okay.
With that said, we would create a sponsorship package, send it to you guys, so you guys have copies and you can share it, but ultimately, the sponsorship confirmation, like the form has a confirmation, you send it back to us. Staff does need to receive that for them to be considered an official sponsor, only because we make sure that it goes with the sponsorship ordinance, right? There's certain companies that you can imagine that we can't.
That's the checklist of what we
Yeah.
might need, so we can take a look at it.
I'm just saying, because sometimes the volunteers.
It's the whole thing, it's the whole thing.
Yeah, you're confirmed, but it's like, you're not actually confirmed, so we,
The whole package.
we have to vet them.
If there's
This is
limit
for
on
us,
the
we don't
time,
want
we
any
can have
goddamn
strip
free
club, we
event.
can have like.
Oh, it's not staying home.
But definitely.
Well, no, they don't, she doesn't need it, it's just for us, what we're gonna need from
But I
you,
think.
right?
I
think we all have-
want.
Good one.
Me, I'm
Yeah.
not one. Yeah.
And then we'll have those one for Will and, yeah. And Maureen.
Is it just for our information or do you want us to look through it?
Oh, look
Yeah.
through it and check off things you think we're gonna need, then we're gonna put this in, and we'll talk about it in the next meeting, and we'll send it to the town, and then they'll come back to us to see what,
Now or as homework?
at homework,
Homework.
Oh, okay.
I'm not home.
For the meeting, like when we.
11 minutes.
What's up?
It's professional development, committee development,
Committee assignments.
development.
Anything else you might have wanted to mention? Well, it's good about the food, the thing, the sponsors, bring some in.
Are the sponsors going to have access to electrical outlets? Or are they gonna have to bring their own generators?
What do they need
Sorry.
electrical outlets for?
Are there sockets, electrical sockets available at the parks, or are they gonna have to bring their own generators? Just curious.
What will they need as well?
There's
Food, bounce house,
There's probably enough for one, I would encourage, I would encourage them to bring their own
okay,
generator if possible. If you
Yeah.
guys have to rent one,
I
then
mean,
you
if
like
can,
more
but that's
cost.
cost.
you don't
Yeah.
put
Right.
it in the package for sponsorship and
Yeah, we're
So
not.
the package
I
should
don't
have-
see why they would think
Right.
that.
if you're gonna bring a bounce house.
There'll be no
you
power.
have to-
Without, don't
It'll
think,
be a
Yeah,
vendor.
that'll be, yeah.
That'll be like an
That
actual
helps.
vendor, and come prepared to, because they'll do parties at houses and stuff like, yeah. So we would disclose that with vendors and like that, but for the tables and this, I don't think so.
Okay.
We'll just make it a no power event.
Oh, no, problem. Are we gonna have food trucks there?
That's the hope, so we can get some people
So,
or dancing
On
or
the event
something.
form, by the way.
So now that, so now that you mentioned that, we do have food trucks that come out to service of our events, and we do charge them for it.
Okay.
However, the pricing does depend on the event. Fourth of July, we can obviously.
Oh, well,
like,
obviously, yeah.
charge a max and they're happy to do it. I don't know how this, like, this is a new
I know.
event, so I would
Keep it as
encourage those to
conservative
stay
as
at a very,
possible,
low
right.
price.
I don't know about 50, but
What
Well,
are they?
50 is kind of what we do, we do a smaller event.
What are you
Maybe we can ask them to lower.
And we would limit,
the price.
obviously, we wouldn't do like 20 food trucks, because we don't know how many people are gonna be there.
All this food and it's just us eating it.
But maybe like three.
So yeah, you charge for trucks to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, that makes sense.
With liquids, like people with liquids, not just like
Not just food.
a bowl, yeah.
Like an ice cream truck maybe for the
Yeah.
kids, like,
Yeah,
you know, stuff like that.
Koala, kids love koala.
Yeah,
Am I getting that?
Koala Kona?
Yeah.
yeah, that's
The-
something like
the little
that.
frio?
Like fresh, refreshing in the morning.
Koala ice, there you go.
That ice cream with
What
the
is it,
little.
acai bowls or whatever?
Acai bowl.
Acai bowls, maybe, I don't know, guys. I'm just throwing out.
Oh,
numbers.
sure, yeah.
You
I
don't
mean,
come to eat,
I don't do.
you
food
can
trucks.
bring your food from home.
I'm not eating.
Now we know what to bring.
Like a happy.
For the next meeting, I'm gonna bring some food truck
I don't
food for
think
the.
we run separate
for
meetings.
Mickey.
Not that I don't eat
Gary
them.
does lots.
The thought of like food in the
No,
back of
but
the
they're
truck is-
regulated.
It's a kitchen on wheels.
I know,
Yeah.
so, and I, my hat's off. Ugh.
8
minutes
minutes.
there.
And
But I
sugar.
drink
8 minutes.
You're killing yourself.
What's the,
What are we missing?
what's the countdown
Get it
for? I don't think
ordered.
anything else left. Yeah, well,
Well,
I said that.
Yeah,
I know you guys were like,
Isn't that the park?
Yeah, maybe.
Like,
there's more people, extra department.
music,
And that's what
a
it
DJ,
is.
that would be cool, if we get
What are
somebody
we trying
to
to
come and
tour?
DJ.
No, you would need to.
Any
I
hard
think that would be pretty important.
Cody, everybody knows somebody, you guys, everybody, you know, maybe people who just wanna come participate, we just gotta.
Part of the program will consist of cleaning up after yourself.
Thank
'cause
you.
That's good.
The cleanup,
mental
yeah, how
health.
does cleanup work?
No, you do it. People do it. You tell them.
Yeah, they have to.
It's like a
clean up
project.
after.
You gotta find it, you gotta figure out what to put.
Like,
Perfect.
No, you only need a couple of people.
I don't think we're gonna have a lot of.
We usually have to have a litter removal company, but I think that that's for the bigger event. I'll talk to the staff
Yeah.
to see how they wanna handle it, since it is a smaller event.
We'll go around, I'll be
Maybe
litter
you
patrol.
I'll be litter. No, you're gonna litter picker upper.
I'll be a litter patrol, like you, pick up your litter. And
No,
then.
you're not gonna be stupid. I think you're gonna be working too and pick up the trash. No,
What else, guys?
that's it. I don't think I.
Yeah.
Do we have any other motions that need to be said?
See, there you go, any other motions you should have?
There you go.
You're finally getting that motion put through correctly with the.
Say it again, Hector.
I only got one.
Say them all.
I would need to, I would
That's
need
the
to-
one. Okay.
But they just take a, like, hey, Renee,
I think we're good then.
I didn't hear that one.
What?
Did you call for a final vote on the motion? No.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, we did.
Twice.
Well, we did it once and no one answered, and then we did it again. Do you wanna do it again?
Yeah, remember Obama's first swearing in, how they messed it up? And then they had to do it again at the White House later that night. That was hilarious. They messed it up. If you want, go back, 2009.
6
January
minutes.
20th.
6 minutes. We're getting this right.
Okay.
There's nothing
You
else.
really want the motion again?
Yes,
Are
he
you
does.
standing around?
Yes, he does.
Gary didn't hear it.
So.
Yeah, Okay,
I
just
hear it.
do
Yeah.
on your motion.
You guys made it and
We
the,
did.
the recording.
Twice,
practice
we
it.
did it twice.
The recording practice for you guys.
Okay,
I'll play it back for you.
that's all right. That's okay.
Carry.
I trust you.
That's how we do it.
So,
Never.
motion passes with 4 of us, but not him voting.
And not,
No.
He said aye.
He did.
I tried to say that after this, he said aye.
I heard him.
Okay.
He said,
It's almost like a.
reaction.
No, nice.
I think we've covered everything.
I hear aye, I should say it too.
If you guys have any questions or ideas that come up and you want clarification, obviously, like,
Okay.
email us and we.
I'm sure once we start getting approached
Yeah.
by people, then we'll have you like, is this okay?
Yeah.
Like, how do, yeah, okay. Like with the vendors, hopefully we get vendors for the kids. Fun space or whatever. Family fun spot, whatever you wanna call it. Inside out
We have
world.
connections do we have connections like bounce houses and stuff like that?
You
that
should
we
at the
know?
chamber.
We do definitely have vendors that we use in the
I
past,
know somebody.
but everything.
No, that's fine, but I mean, the spot, like, if I choose to sponsor something, I can sponsor a bounce house or something.
Yeah, we definitely have vendors. I'm happy to share that contact information with you guys. And you guys, don't go through a procurement process, so you can pick any vendor. Obviously, if you just wanna go based off of pricing or whatever
Correct.
quality you think is better, that's for you guys to do.
We need a motion for this. Fill this out.
No, because this is our.
Just your homework.
Yeah.
Sure.
How many?
I'll make sure all.
All motions were covered.
Yeah, all
How
bases.
many
Development.
assignments?
Project developer. I think that's it, right?
Look at us.
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah, ready?
What is
Nothing
wrong
else?
with you? Everyone else is done.
It's the whole
Wait,
meeting.
wait, no, there we go.
Oh.
Just a reminder, it's not anything. Your next meeting is set for August 28th at 9:30 to 10:30. Then 10:30 to 11:30, you have your subcommittee. You had, planned for October, the Responding with Compassion workshop.
Yeah, we're gonna move that back.
You gotta vote, we gotta vote on it.
On the next meeting, you think?
When is whatever?
We would do it in October,
Oh,
the
gotcha,
Memorial
gotcha.
Day, but I guess we can think about
Put that
that,
on the agenda.
but then, yeah, to push back workshop. And it will vote on the.
It was on
Next
October
meeting,
10th.
somebody
Exactly, yeah.
Thank
Thank you
guys.
so much. Push back, the workshop, yeah.
Doing that right now?
No,
Okay, okay.
no, let's wait till.
No, that's fine.
Meeting and then we'll figure
So I
out
guess
by
just-
Do I
December.
need to write that?
No, she's gonna have to be.
I'm gonna put it into the.
Okay.
Should we change the meeting at 10:30 to a special call meeting so we can vote on things as we were
You
so,
can also just extend the meeting.
can we
That's
just
what I
extend the
thought.
meeting?
Yeah.
Wait, we
Yeah.
are
When
extending.
you first said special call meeting, I'm like, can you just extend it so we can still vote?
Correct, so I wanna do that, let's
So-
extend it so we can vote.
We are extending, aren't we?
No, no,
No,
No, it's
it's a
it's two
special,
separate meetings.
it's a subcommittee and we can't vote on anything, so it's useless for us, so
okay,
let's
so
make it
then that
into
would
an
be the.
extension.
Oh,
motion.
Motion.
So I'll put a motion in to extend our next meeting instead of having a subcommittee afterward.
So it'll be from 9:30
Second,
to 11:30.
Yeah, so our meeting on August 28th will be from 9:30 AM to 11:30 AM.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Did you hear it, Gary?
Loud and clear.
Aye.
Can I ask a question? Sorry, but I wasn't here when you started planning it. So the purpose of this walk is to bring people that suffer from mental health problems and give them sources where they can get treatment, or how do you approach the mental health through the walk?
It's an awareness. We're just, the town is gonna promote mental health awareness walk. The point is to get as many mental health providers there so they can provide their resources for the community. It's our first one. We're not gonna limit it just to mental health providers, but just to people
Right.
who are willing to raise awareness on the topic.
They're gonna give away like certain information, like if you're going through this, here are your
Oh,
options.
the providers will bring their information. So for example, my agency will have a table and I will have flyers on what my agency provides. Rosie can do that on her private practice. And all the other sponsors, like there's gonna be other, there's NAMI, hopefully will participate with us and they can bring flyers on the resources that they have.
Okay, and the people that you are calling is like elderly or young kids, because mental health is all over,
Well,
right?
It's
So
gonna be a
you,
family festival, a community festival, so our point is to bring anybody who wants to come in, so that's why we wanna do like a kid section, like a fun spot, like a bounce house, so families come by and they get resources, the kids can jump around, get face paint, you know what I mean? Or have ice cream, so it's just gonna be like an open event to hopefully increase the awareness on mental health.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and
I'm
then
just
we're-
trying to see what separates this from the reindeer run or.
Oh,
what
it's
makes
completely
it-
different.
I
Yeah,
know,
On
but
the top.
But
Yeah,
how
the
you're gonna
topic.
promote it to people, because
Yeah.
the end result, I guess, is for people to see that they have options.
Correct,
And there
Well,
is
that's the
always
hope.
help
but
available.
now that we have this
And it's a very
formulated,
sensitive matter, right?
Correct.
So,
yeah, and
That's,
now that
that's why we
we,
created the committee though,
Yeah.
because it is, but it shouldn't be. Cause I mean, why are you gonna be embarrassed if you say you're sad today? Why am I gonna be, you shouldn't, we have
Right.
all emotions and we need them all. So that was the reason that the committee was created, so just come out,
Mhm.
you know?
And the goal is that once, now that we have this, that this is what we voted on, because we couldn't go out there and ask the vendors, so now we can go in and go to the mental health providers. By the next meeting, we'll have a more accurate idea of how many, like the Baptist I know wants to participate, so they'll bring resources. We'll be able to say, hey, we're gonna be able to provide all these resources, but we can't do one without, you can't run
Right.
without walking and crawling first, and then now we have this. The goal would be essentially that, to have all these resources for the community, 1000%.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's how, I agree with Rosa that that's how it should be.
Yeah.
But it's not. And it's a lot of shame and a lot of, like, I just saw this athlete from the Olympics, Gabby, that she said, they were asking her because I think last time she couldn't participate because of mental health, and she said, yeah, I go to therapy, so maybe
That stigma. is there, yeah.
communicating a little bit more than message. I don't know how, but I have teenagers and me myself, we all have problems, so maybe emphasizing that somehow.
Mhm.
I don't know, how we can also get that message across.
That's literally what the committee was for, literally for that.
Exactly,
break the
but how are
stigma
you
on it.
gonna incorporate that in the run? I'm asking, like, if there is something specific.
Well, I think when you talk about something, you normalize it. How like people say like, oh, you shouldn't talk about politics, you shouldn't talk about religion. Why not? I don't have to agree with your view. I have to respect it.
I
That's it.
I think
And that's the same thing I think with this personally.
it's
I
like
never not talk about it.
an overarching long-term goal of ours to continuously like.
Make it more normal.
Right.
Not just like a one.
It
and
is what it
done,
is,
like,
right.
we wanna
Right.
Continuously.
Okay.
Meeting
That's great.
adjourned at 10:32 a.m. Meeting adjourned at 10:32.
I second.
All in favor?
Second, I.